Greetings. I wanted to make a video about honesty and honest feedback. I was gonna write it up, but I don't have the energy. Feels like a video will be more appropriate. And I've always been a being of truth, Honesty is my number one. Honesty comes first, truth comes first, everything else is secondary. And obviously there's some more sensitive spaces where kindness can be put in front, but most of the time the truth is what may hurt a bit, but it shall set the illusion free eternally, always. And I found throughout the years, navigating, being authentic, being real, and navigating how can I be so fully myself and be so honest and yet not hurt anybody and keep all my friends and all my crew and tribe. And it just doesn't happen that way. Some people are going to get triggered no matter what, and if you don't authentically speak what you are authentically feeling and seeing, then you are limiting yourself, and you're robbing the others of their opportunity to see the truth, to hear the truth. And in a world where most people are pampering each other with like lubricated feedback and lubricated, it's like, I don't know if lubricated is the right word, but everyone's sort of pampering each other. And in a world full of lies, and even if there's a little lie, it's a total lie, because it distorts the whole essence of the energy. And my thing has always been to be as honest as authentic as possible, and those who can't stand it, so be it, and those who can will. And I've always trusted in the beautiful quote, those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. And it's really like that. You will see over the years, people will leave, come, and you'll have a strong core of a few that stick with you to the end, and those are the only ones that matter. And I find sometimes, the feedback that I have given can be perceived as quite harsh, and maybe not harsh but direct. And I try my best to embody the feminine and not be so sharp, but at the same time, when it feels right and that's the right energy for it, that's the right word of use, and I have to be that sort of truth, just like Osho. But then my other sides come out, so it's a balancing act and intuitive to each moment. But I notice, the people and how they see me, and I read everything. And when I see them in person and their energies change and they're trying to avoid me, and they forget that I both contain the mother and the father within me. So I guess the point of this video is about being authentic and honest no matter what. In like 9 out of 10 times, it's the most important thing to do. And there goes the quote by Buddha. Was it Buddha? Gautam Buddha. If you had the option to be right or to be kind, choose being kind and you always be right. But then I take it one step further, because being right is not always the same as being truthful. And being true, the truth comes before kindness, because that is the greatest kindness. You know, when I see people close to me, or people that can receive me, I will, in most cases, even some people who can't, in most cases, I will, if I see them, I'll provide them the truth that I'm seeing, and most of the time they respond with love, but then sometimes those get triggered and don't talk to you anymore, block you, but usually you'll see months or years later they come back, and then they understood, they can see where you are coming from, because they've done a lot of work on themselves and have sort of, I guess, got to your level, and then they can see through your perspective and will be like, you're actually helping me, you're actually giving me what I needed. And it's only our egos and our wounded self that can relate to the triggers, because the perfect self, the true, the supreme being within cannot be triggered, because it's perfection and contentment in one. It's like, it's the whole creation is perfect as it is, and if you can remain in that beingness and integrate that fully, embody that and integrate that fully, then it will cease to be any triggers anymore. But obviously we're still in this human journey, and this is our mastery, to master the cosmic dance and play while in the physical and amongst the chaos. So don't hold back when you need to be honest about something, and don't adjust your feedback or adjust anything if it feels right and it feels authentic and true. The best you can do is, I guess, maybe take a few meditative breaths, go back and do a little 5-minute meditation, tune into the heart, so you can align the mind with the heart, and maybe go out in nature and ground and help balance the energies, so it's, I guess provided with a more energy of groundedness and love, and then you'll see if it changes much or not. And sometimes it does help, but then other times, even if it's just like, very, very sharp, and you need to even rant, if it may, you look back and there's really nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's what needed to be said in that moment, through that energy that you had in that moment, that someone is going to benefit from. And it's up to who are on the receiving end with how they shall receive that. And the best you can do is do you. But if everything was if everything was perfect truth, perfect clarity, there wouldn't be no play in this. There wouldn't be no growth and expansion and challenge, and the game won't be fun. It will just be, everything will be seen through by everyone, and it will just, we'd leave, we'd cease to be in this, because it's perfected. That's what an ascended master is. He's mastered this reality, so they ascend out of this reality. And then there's those like sort of come down bodhisattvas and these kind of energies, but that's a different story, whole different thing altogether. And I want to keep it focused on honesty and truth. So truth comes first, honesty comes first. Honesty is the highest form of intimacy. Into me I see. You might lose some people, you might lose a lot of people and friends. You don't really lose them, you just clear out the junk, and you make way for the right people. And eventually, even those you think you lost will come around when they awaken, when they see the greater truth more deeply, and they will actually thank you. I've had so many people in my history or her stories past that were almost like enemies. Like even in high school, like I used to have so many enemies. People used to hate me with a passion because I used to trigger that within them. Because I was just very different and very unique and spoke the truth and what I felt and what was real to me, and that triggered something within people, and they didn't like that. They didn't like the light that shined and exposed every darkness they had within them. I'm not saying I didn't have darkness, but I was choosing to be the light regardless. And that is my name. That is even my birth name. It equates to light, the enlightened one. And many years later, so many of those people from my high school come back to me and thank me, and they're on an awakening path now, and they tell me, wow, all the shit you used to speak back then, like now so many other people are talking about all this stuff, and you were always speaking the truth and we didn't see it back then because I guess you were awake since the get-go, and you could see and know, you just knew since the get-go. And yeah, you just gotta keep on going. Don't let anyone bring you down. Don't let anyone manipulate your truth. No one really can, but yeah, they can. I've had moments of silencing myself because of the, I guess, unintentionally hurting other people, and because my words can be a bit sharp and powerful, but it is what it is, and only makes them stronger. Osho, for example, was one of the most savage word master there was. But he still, to this day, like he's gone from the physical, but to this day his words are freeing people because those words are aligned with truth. And the truth is the most freeing thing, because when you see the fundamental nature of truth, you'll see that it's love. I even do it to the closest people to me, and sometimes they hate it, but when they can receive it, when they're in a state to receive it, they actually thank me instantly and they grow from it. Yeah. So yeah, honesty, truth, highest importance. Namaste.